Artsy Gamer 7, and welcome back to some more of the Fire Emblem Create a Sim. I'm so used to sort of saying the Legend of Zelda Create a Sim at this point, but no, we are now on a new series, and this is the second video in the series. As a little recap, I mentioned how I had made a wheel for all the different Fire Emblem characters after 2 or 3. Right now it's just Engage characters just because it is the newest one to come out. It's the one I'm currently obsessing over. So I purposely put all of the Engage characters in there, and they have a high chance of showing up. But after 2 or 3 characters, I am going to start adding at least 1 to 2 names of people from other Fire Emblem series, because trust me, there's several in other series that I love. Like, I really like Camilla from Fates, though technically she now is officially part of Engage. She is now a Emblem in there if you got the DLC, so technically I could add her. I did add the emblems, but I didn't add any of the DLC emblems, so, but yeah. But there's a lot of other characters that I also really liked. Some of my favorite ones from other ones did get brought in through emblems. So, and like, technically my first introduction to Fire Emblem technically wasn't even Fire Emblem itself. It was Super Smash Brothers, which honestly, Super Smash Brothers sparked me playing a lot of other games that I don't know if I would have played otherwise. But that's a whole nother discussion. But yeah, so, I also like Tarja a lot too. I was thinking I actually just got my Marth statue, like, just last month. He came in, and now I'm, like, thinking about trying to get all the Fire Emblem statues, which is money that I really don't have right now, which saddens me, because Roy's is up at this point to pre-order, and I really want it, because Roy was, like, my favorite one in Smash Brothers for the longest time. Still is my main. Like, my main. But, technically. But anyway, we're not talking about past Fire Emblem characters or Smash Brothers. This is current Fire Emblem Engage Celine, which you already should have seen her name in the title here. Now, this is the point, if you haven't played Engage, since it is a newer game, I would say, like, there's going to be a point in each of these videos that I'm going to be like, hey, if you haven't played the game, I'm going to start going into a little bit more about them from what I've experienced from them and know of them. So this is a point that if you want to, you can mute me, because I'm about to go into all of that. Or, you know, also just because, and again, this is from, like, my point of view, because technically there are certain ways where you can get to know characters more and more if your main character interacts with them more often and stuff like that. So some characters I know more than other characters, depending on how much I play them, how much my character interacts with them, and so on and so forth. So some of them I may not have too much information to give. Others I may have loads of information to give. But anyway, again, this is your final warning that anything that I might say is about to be potential spoilers if you're planning on playing the game, or if you're not very far. Granted, if you haven't met Celine, you're probably truly just have started the game, because she's probably one of the first ones that you ever meet. So, without further ado, let's talk about Celine here, who I am creating. Which, ultimately, in the end, there's a lot of parts, a lot of things, when I spin the wheel, and I got Celine, I was like, there is absolutely 100% no way that I can replicate that dress. And at this point, you should be seeing the picture of Celine. There's no way that I can replicate that dress in Sims without someone making custom content, particularly for this character. But, that being said, I was determined to at least get as close as possible. Now, Celine is actually a character who, for the most part, she usually stays on my team. Now, I know when it comes to playing and things like that, people are going to have different play styles. Some people are just going to have people strictly that they like, or they might purposely avoid the royal members because that's just a thing. Or you might have most of the royal members, or you go for mostly males or mostly females on your team. However your playstyle is, that's perfectly fine. As for me, when it came to the emblems, if the person was given an emblem, except for in a few rare cases, there are some where ultimately I wasn't really caring for the character that the emblem was given to, so I might have switched it up a bit, but that only happened like once or twice. But I gave them a try, and I was just like, I don't know. There's some other I like you, but there's some other characters I like more, and in some ways I could see them having this emblem, so I'm sorry, goodbye. Celine on that case was not one of them, so I do at least somewhat know about her character a little bit more. So she was on my team a lot. I kept her with the emblem that her family had been holding onto, that she used immediately when you were meeting her. I want to say Scylla, is that how that character's name? She's from Echoes, right? I think it's from Echoes. I started Echoes, but I did not get very far in Echoes. It was one of the Fire Emblems that I played for a few days. It's that portable thing again, I think. Other than Awakening and Fates, and even them, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think I beat those two either. Awakening I did, but it was so long ago that I don't remember much of it, sadly. Want to replay it. Planning on replaying it. Just, I need to be engaged first. Fates, I know I got stuck on. I still go back to Fates every once in a while because I play Fire Emblem in a very specific way. I play it the original way that it was planned on mating, where there's, like, permadeath, but I also refuse to let any of my characters die. So I get stuck. And right now on Fates, I was stuck because I got to a point where no matter what I did, someone died on that battlefield, and so I'd restart, and then I had to try again, and someone else would die, or the same person would die, so on and so forth, and I refused to let anyone die. I was very upset in Three Houses when I realized, I guess I looked away from the screen or something, and then I saved, and I continue on, and by the time I realized it, which is really bad, because I really liked the character, and the fact that I didn't notice she was gone for a bit, and I had saved over the save that I probably could have went back to get her back. Yeah, that happened, and that devastated me a whole lot, and I took a break from Fire Emblem Three Houses when I realized that for a bit, and then I went back. But anyway, back to this one. So yeah, but I want to say it's Scylla. I can picture her in my head, but her name, for some reason, is hard for me. She's got red hair, she's got a white and gold outfit, and but anyway, one of her moves is amazing. When you get that emblem, she can do the warp Ragnarok thing. I love that move. I think it just looks amazingly cool, in my opinion. And two, it actually is pretty strong, so, but yeah, so I keep her with Scylla. Scylla? What? Celine. There's too many C's going on in my brain right now. Yeah, Celine. And it looks really cool when Celine, just disappears into like a black hole and then reappears to go murder someone. But Celine comes from, oh gosh, this is bad. I should make sure that I remember these names before I start doing these voiceovers. Luckily for me, I got the collector's edition of Fire Emblem Engage, so I have a book that actually has all of the stuff. So she is from the kingdom of Fiorne. There we go. Fiorne, which is like a lot of like, flowers are a big thing in Fiorne. So like most of the characters from Fiorne at some point, I'm pretty sure mentions flowers, but she especially does. Like one of the things when she kills someone, she's like, all flowers must wilt eventually, or something along those lines. That's definitely not a direct quote of hers. But yeah, so from the flower kingdom, the plant kingdom, the flourishing nature kingdom. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. But she is very proper, very elaborate, very much she is princess. And way more so than her brother, who, it's her older brother, and her brother is the heir to the throne because it is a kingdom. And Celine is not the heir to the throne because, obviously, she has a brother, so he is. But she honestly acts a little bit more like a royal than he does. He has his moments, obviously. He is aware that he is the prince and that he eventually will rule that kingdom. But I would say if you first just met them, you would probably assume Celine is going to take the crown. But no, she's not. But she is definitely very, very proper, very, oh, is it tea time? Let's have some tea. Like, there's a lot of moments where she actually brings up tea as well. So, like, she is that sort of type of person. So, even though I couldn't get her outfit the exact way that I wanted it to. I still wanted it to give some of the vibes of her outfit and still also look grandiose. So I knew I had some dresses that actually like moved their hands out to the side, and it was like because they were just so big. I was like, I'll try a few other dresses, but I'm pretty sure I need it to be one of those because her dress is just ginormous. It's very structured, and you know, she has to hold her hands out away from it. But also, another thing in Fire Emblem Engage, once they join your team, they come back to your place of Sommel. I'm probably saying that wrong. And they actually have a casual outfit. So that's really fun with this one. I like that they have casual outfits. So any of the characters from Fire Emblem Engage that I spin on the wheel, as long as it's not an emblem, I will be giving them 2 outfits. So you get to see 2 outfits in their Create a Sim. So this is one based off of Celine's like going out princess wear and one of her casual wear. And I was pretty happy with both of them. Obviously, are they similar? No. Let's face it, when it comes to Fire Emblem, some of their outfits are, especially when they're royalty, their outfits can be a little bit more elaborate than your typical wear. And though I do have some elaborate I can't talk outfits, I don't gravitate towards them as much as some of the normal outfits because usually I'm playing like with semi-normal Sims. I say semi-normal because in my Sims world, some things that are not typically natural are natural, like any hair color is natural. Vampires and stuff are not considered supernatural. That's just a normal thing of existence in my head. So yeah. But let me know what you think about her. Like, do you like her casual outfit more or more of her princess, what she wears to battle outfit? Do you think I got pretty close? I was pretty excited with the hair. I have a lot of hairs from that particular CC creator, but I don't use them too often because though some of their more recent stuff is a little bit closer to alpha, it's like an in-between of alpha and clay. Like, it's not really clay and it's not really alpha, so it's like the few hairs that I realistically could put in either type of gameplay, whether I was doing like more closer to clay hair or alpha hair. A lot of the hairs that they have do have a slight anime-ish vibe, and Fire Emblem definitely has more anime-ish artwork in a way, like that style of art. In fact, I think, Fire Emblem Engage is actually supposed to be getting a manga, which I really want to read. I think it's already out, the first issue's out in Japan, but not in the US, I don't think yet. I'm gonna read it because I want to, man. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess manga, absolutely love it. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, let me know what your thoughts on Celine are. Are you playing Fire Emblem Engage? Have you played any other of the Fire Emblems in the past? Which one's your favorite, if you have a favorite, if you played them? But yeah, definitely would like to hear your feedback down below. I think Celine she's adorable, but I also still think she's got that air of properness to her sim self here. I was, like I said, pretty proud of her, so I was excited to attempt this. I knew the dress, the outfits, that was going to be the hardest part. Getting her face and like her hair, I was like, yeah, I could probably do that. The outfit, woo! Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, you know, all that lovely YouTube goodiness. I'll hopefully see you in the next Create a Sim or any other videos here on my channel. But until then, bye bye!